time. I need more time. I need more time.
Okay guys, let's talk about this build, which I name it as the, Undying Minion Master build. Of course, you know that it's based upon this uber unique, which is the melted heart of Selig. Well, so what it does, it practically transforms your essence into kind of barrier or kind of buffer, right? So when you get hit, instead of losing life, you're draining your essence first. Before you drain all your essence, you will not take any damage to your life. And the essence drain is tightly linked to your damage reduction. That's why we need to use the highest damage reduction in the game to make it stronger. That is, damage reduction while injured, in combination of our resilience, vampiric power. So let's look at our panel. We have 63.5 damage reduction while injured. And let's do a rough calculation, okay? So we have, let's say we have 20% life left. Then from this vampiric power, we're losing 80% of life. Then we're gaining 40% of damage reduction. So if we have two characters, all the other things are the same. The only difference would be our low life, melted heart, Selig character is equipping this resilience and this damage reduction while injured. Then our character, calculator, okay, will receive, okay, we have 40% damage reduction here, then that's 0.6 damage receiving, okay, 3.5, then that's 36.5 taking. So 0.6 times 0.365. So we are only receiving 22% of the damage that a normal character would have received. Which means our life is worth how much more? 1 divided by 0.219. So our life is just worth more hits, like 4.6 times. That's a huge multiplier. So when we combine this with our uber unique amulet, we are draining our essence very slowly so that we can out-generate our loss of essence even when we're in tier 100 or the upcoming Avatar of Seer. So that's the basic concept of this build. So let's go over our gears. So on the helm, what's mandatory is total armor and max essence. As we mentioned, essence is our life, basically. Just think about it in this way. Essence is our life. So we should stack essence wherever possible. So the mandatory stuff are total armor, essence. I would recommend maximum life, maybe a cooldown reduction, or even or like barrier, lucky hit while you have a barrier, or even a resistance to, let's say, cold, right? If I don't have that, I need to put a cold resistant gem on my amulet. But if I can roll a cold resistance here, then I can put skull here, which gives me, let's see, effectively like 500 armor, right? So this is not perfect helm, but that's what I get. And on your chest piece, and of course on my helm, I'm putting the aspect that gives me more skeleton mages. You can mix match all the like skeleton mages and skeleton warriors. That's right. And on our chest piece, we are looking for total armor and all the damage reduction you can get. Since in our build, we're using Bone Storm. So one thing that you should know is that when you gain barriers, the barrier will enjoy all your damage reduction, including the damage reduction while injured and damage reduction from close, distant, whatever, but not damage reduction while fortified. So that's why we don't want to damage reduction while fortified on our gear. We'll stack just plain damage reduction, which is very good, or damage reduction from from close, distant, or from shadow DOT enemies. That's also very good. It's just stack damage reduction. And our gloves, the mandatory stuffs are mandatory affixes are critical strike chance and lucky hit chance. And you can get attack speed, all stats, and intelligence, right? So the only two mandatories are lucky hit chance and critical strike chance. On our pants, we want armor and damage reduction while injured, and you can get another, two damage reduction affixes. Or like me, I want my skeletons to be a little bit more tankier, so I have one affixes of maximum minion life. It doesn't matter that much because you have this ring of sacrilegious soul. It will automatically raise skeletons every 1 second, so you don't have to make your skeletons very tanky. They just need to be a little bit tanky. Next, I forgot to talk about the aspect. On our gloves, we're using grasping veins, which is standard for those like crit based builds. So, and on our pants, we're putting shielding storm on our pants so that our bone storm will give us barrier. And on our boots, what I'm looking for is movement speed and damage reduction while injured. And you can slot in like 2 resistances, or like essence cost reduction and 1 resistance. And here we are putting Ghost Walker here because we don't have, notice on our skill bar we don't have Blood Mist. The reason is that Blood Mist will give you life regen. So when you use Blood Mist, you'll eventually break your injury state. So we don't use Blood Mist, but luckily we have the Vampiric power of Metamorphosis that gives us unstoppable. So we don't actually have to use Blood Mist, and because we are super tanky, we can just take any spell from the game. Okay. And our weapon, very standard. I'm looking for intelligence or stats and 2 additive damage bonuses. And we're putting Blighted Aspect here because it's the biggest multiplier on our damage. And Amulet, mandatory. Melted Heart of Selig. Nothing to say about this. And Ring of Mendel, mandatory. That's our main source of damage. And Sacrilegious Soul. It's not mandatory, but I highly recommend this because it automates a lot of stuff, right? It reads skeletons for you and it doesn't cost your AP now. That's very important because your character has a limited attack speed, so you can only perform limited number of actions per second. And this automatically increases your APM and increases your attack speed basically. So this is super strong. And it's our shield. What we're looking for is just damage reduction, or if you want more damage, you can put in lucky hit chance or even crit chance. It doesn't matter that much. And here I'm putting some minion life bonus because I don't want them to die instantly. But actually, I actually tried not putting max minion life on my gear, and they're still fine because we're constantly reviving them, so it's still fine. Okay, so now let's go through our skill tree. Nothing to say about here. We put 2 points into basic skill to unlock the next node, and we are putting 3 points to unliving energy because, as we said, essence is our life. And we're putting 1 point into blight and 1 point into the upgrade supernatural blight to get the 15% multiplier. And heal flash, nothing to say about that. And we're not leveling up Blood Mist. And leveling up Skeleton Warrior tankiness, 3 points. Green Harvest, very important because when we generate essence, we generate life. And Fueled by Death, and some points into Corpse Explosion because it helps us to build stacks of blight, of the shadow blight, and that's why we use Blighted Corpse Explosion. And I'm maxing those passives because they are just multipliers. Just try to get multipliers whenever you can. And Decrepify, that's the standard because we need the cooldown reduction to help us with the cooldown reduction of our ultimate skill. And Corpse Tendril, very nice crowd control, and because we have a built-in cooldown reduction from our rain, so we can actually double Corpse Tendril. And when we double Corpse Tendril, our well, actually, this is very important. One thing that you can do here is that you can use Exploiter effects, this one, on your shield or on your boots. So when you make those elites unstoppable, you deal 40% increased damage. So you lose a little bit mobility. In exchange, you have a 40% increased damage. And you can get the elites into unstoppable consistently with your double corpse changer. So you can actually place this exploiter somewhere here or here. Okay, let's go back to the skill tree, and also we put in 3 points into those tankiness of our and survivability of our minions, and 3 points for our ultimate, and of course Shadow Blight. Nothing to see here. And next, let's move to Paragon board. So we are using a 6 board Paragon configuration. First board, Amplify, nothing special. But on the second board, I'm putting Bone Graphic here. Oh, that's weird, right? The reason being, although we're not using bone steels, we're just using this board to put a glaive, which is territorial, which gives us 10% close enemy damage reduction and some additive damage. And importantly, we are getting max essence. We're getting 28, right? 24 here. Oh no, 4 is 12 and 16. So we're getting 28 max essence from these glaives. Very strong. And then move to the third board. That's pretty standard. We get those critical strike chance nodes from the Scent of Death, and here I'm putting Corporeal to just get a 10% damage multiplier of physical damage, which is our main source of damage. Nothing special here. And the fourth board, we're moving to Flesh Eater because we have those critical strike damage and some nice damage to elite additive damages. And we're putting this new glyph here, which is wonderful because it fortifies you and gives you damage reduction. And next we move to a big damage board, which is the Bloodbath, because it has 49 points of dexterity, so we're maxing out our critical strike damage here. And then our last board is the Calculator. We're not leveling up any minion damage because the damage from our build is coming from the main character. They're just delivered by the minions. So we want the minions to be tanky enough to deliver our crits. Okay, so that's all about Paragon board. So I think that's about it. Lastly, let's talk about Vampiric power. Actually, there are only a few that are mandatory. First one is Metamorphosis. We would like to have Unstoppable because we don't have Blood Mist, so I think this one is mandatory. And the next one is very good to have, is that when you lucky hit, your minions will regenerate your essence. As we said, essence is our life, so that's very important. And of course, this is mandatory, Resilience, which gives us about 40% damage reduction when we get ourselves to about 20% of life. And the other two, Anticipation, good to have, you don't have to use it, so you can choose another one. And Ravenous gives you attack speed. I like attack speed, so you can proc more mental hits, and that's super nice. Just remember that when you're spamming your essence spenders and when you proc this, you don't want to deplete your mana, right? Because mana is our life. Just watch your mana, and as long as it doesn't drop to like below half, you'll be completely fine. Okay, I think that's about the Vampiric power. And one thing, yeah, actually there's one thing that I can show you is that how do we get ourselves into, injury state, right? So for example, right now, let me, get back to full health, and I want to, kill all my minions. And since I'm playing hardcore, I'll take Elixir of Death Evasion before I go out, and I'll take out the Ring of Sacrilegious Soul, and also I'll take out my Melted Heart. So I just TP to somewhere, and let the mobs hit you. Okay, just let them hit you. You don't have to go to the extreme. Just let them hit you until, for example, the lower your life is, the more effective your damage reduction is, because the resilience is based off your, current life, right? So I'll let them hit me. When I reach, let's say, about 3,000 health, I just put on my amulet. Yeah, they're just not hitting much. Let me look for more. Right, they're just not hitting much. Okay, nice. Okay, hit me. Please. Oh my god. They're acting weird. Oh, because there's one guy. Okay, I see. Because there's one guy. Nice, okay. So now they'll start to hit me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, now I'm injured. As you can see, those things are 3k. Okay, I think it's good time. Put it on. Right, put it on. You can see, you don't drain life. You only drain the mana, and we have mana regeneration. And now you put on your Sacrilegious Soul, you're gaining mana. And you're immortal right now. From now on, you're immortal. Right? When you go to like Hell Tide, whatever, you can just stand there. Nothing's gonna take care of you. See? Yeah. So right now, we are ready to go. Yeah. So let's go to any level 100 dungeon, and you just face roll it. Okay, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this build. I think it will be very fun to play, especially in hardcore. Trying to be immortal in hardcore is very cool. And I think for the upcoming Apple of Zir, it can definitely clear some lower levels, no problem, but it will not be able to clear high levels because the damage is lacking. As you can see, each minion is creating only in like 1 million, 2 million, so when they all crit, it's about like 10 million, 20 million damage. That's not enough to get you to higher tier of Avatar of Zir. But it's fun, and I like to share fun stuff. Okay, so that's it. Good luck, guys.